somebody of influence, someone in a leadership role. You just knew he was in a leadership capacity just by the way he walked, the way he spoke, the way he, I didn't know him like personally. I wasn't in his circle. I'm sure my grandfather was, but I just know that he was and still is a very, very well-respected person. And when you leave this earth, the thing that is carried with you the most is your name. And so when you hear his name and all of the good things that he did, and we would never hear all of them, okay? Even in his lifetime, he couldn't tell us all the things he did, all right? And some were more significant than others. When we talked about the teachers and him fighting for teachers' salaries, I remember my mother and many other school teachers when I was young, she took us out of school because the teachers went on the strike for pay. And they met for days at the Miami Regatta, where they used to have boat races on Key Biscayne. And so he's part of the fight of people who couldn't fight for themselves. He was part of that fight for people who didn't have any place else to go. So I am so thankful that you have a person of his moral standing that was the first in this position. The way he presided over this courtroom, it could have been done a different way, but he chose to do it in an honorable fashion, in an honorable way. And for that, he will always be well respected in my eyes. We all know that things happen in law enforcement, things happen in the judicial system, things happen a different way with respect to justice. And many times those people who are moneyed people, a finding goes a different way, a ruling goes a different way. And it's so pleasing to know that his representation, he will be remembered for his honesty, for his leadership, and for things of that nature. And we all looked up to him and wanted him to do well in this community, and he did.
It was apropos. It was supposed to happen. When I think of Judge Thomas and doing the research that I've done on him, I just think about the personal sacrifice. Right now, we're still fighting for freedom, justice, and equality in America, right? You got DeSantis trying to take us back. You got a president, the former president trying to send us back to a day and time where we were 3/5 of a man. I mean, this is actually happening in real time. We're fighting so that we can teach our children our history in public schools. That you cannot say gay, you cannot say black history, you cannot say anything that's untoward in their minds in public schools. That's an affront to everything that we stand for. You have to have not only courage, but you have to have something within you that says, I can't wait for somebody else to do it. I gotta do it. I know I'm a judge. Yes, I want to protect my livelihood. Yes, I want to, like most black professionals today, I want to protect my salary, my comfort zone. But he went outside of that comfort zone. He didn't wait for somebody else to do it. He did it himself. And I'm sure there were others with him.